All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Residence Life Speaker Series. Today we are here with Travque. He is super funny, super intelligent, and super talented. We want to give you a brief background on him before we get started. Obviously, he needs no introduction. He's an American Instagram personality, but he's widely known for posting his comedic sketches. We're going to talk to him about those today, as well as his skits. So he's had a whole bunch of them on a now discontinued Vine, but he's continued them on other platforms. He was born and raised in Brooklyn. Is that true?
Yes, Brooklyn, New York.
He's best known for his television and film too. So we're going to talk about them because he excels in all of these areas. And he landed his first role in a movie called The White House, which came out in 2015. So we're going to talk to him about that. Travque, everybody. What's up, man?
How you guys doing? I appreciate you guys for having me here.
Yeah. So how you been during the quarantine?
I've been doing a lot of writing, a lot of researching, and also, staying connected with people, staying productive in these times is most important. And making sure my family and everyone is good as well.
Got it. You got any funny quarantine stories? Like, people are telling us a whole bunch of their just like personalized stories about how they're trying to get through. You got any funny stories for us?
Do I have any funny quarantine stories? I mean, it would just have to be the skits that I created around quarantine. Just to name one, like when you want to see a girl, but she doesn't want to come over during quarantine because she's kind of scared of what's about to happen as far as like with the corona and everything. So she's like, all right, I'll catch you another time. So that's one of the skits I created, just based around that. Cool.
So we want to talk a little bit about your background because you have a very extensive background. It's growing, things are blowing up. I see some of the things that you've completed. It's about to be released. So I want to talk a little bit about that. So for our students who are trying to up and come up, you could also give advice for that. So talk about how this whole thing just rolled out.
Okay, so I started off on Vine in 2013. The first video I ever did that went viral, it might sound crazy. I walked inside of a McDonald's and I screamed, and then I walked out and nothing happened. Like, it was different, it was new, it was fresh. Some people, they were like, why did he do that? But a lot of people, they gravitated towards it because it was so different. It was considered a prank. And from then, I moved on to Instagram. Instagram was 15 seconds. And of course, Instagram gradually built it to a minute. So I was very happy because I was able to display more of my talent on Instagram. And now from Instagram, I was able to build my following, build my platform, and also transition into film and television. So I just landed a lead role with BET, a movie called Swag Inc. And it aired October 15th. 2019. So it's actually still playing right now.
Nice. Now, you also do pranks on celebrities, because I think that when we did our research, that was a lot of them. So talk to us about some of those. How did those happen? A question that we have here from Facebook is, are those scripted or are they not scripted? You don't have to tell us all of your methods, but I think some people are interested in hearing about those.
So with these pranks, you can't really script the prank, especially with a celebrity, because it's more so like they may say no, or they may not give the reaction that, people may like. So I just do it. It's like I walk up to your favorite celebrity and I say, you are one of the most beautiful women I ever met in my life. Can I give you a like? So they say, thank you. And I say, now walk away from me. Now, the reason why I do that is because, I just want to compliment you. That's it. I don't want anything else from you. I just want to compliment. And the thing is, I would do that to any other woman out there, not only celebrities, because I started off in the college atmosphere, doing that. You are beautiful. Now walk away from me. That was it. And so another thing that I do when I prank celebrities, I walk up to the rappers and I say, I gotta have some bars for you. Can I spit some bars? They're like, rappers, they have an ear for good music. They're like, all right, let's hear something. And then I start, rapping their lyrics. So it catches them off guard. And it's like, when I said I had bars, I never said they were mine. They usually just walk off.
That's funny. That's really funny. So talk to us about your college transition, because you went to Lincoln University. I think a lot of people, don't understand what the road looks like to getting to where you are. I think that when they look at you, they're like, oh, he's a celebrity. Like, it must have just worked out for him. But I know that you have a story. Like, I know that you have, you didn't just walk off campus and then all of a sudden these things happen. So like, talk to us about that growth and like development and getting to that point.
So I went to Lincoln University, Pennsylvania, of course. And I obtained my bachelor's in science, health science to be exact. And from then, what a lot of people don't know is I attended Westchester University for a semester. So I was going there for grad school for public health administration. Nice. And it was at Westchester. I love Westchester University. Like, it was so close.
Listen, we gotta have you come back and come to campus, man.
Whenever definitely. I love it. Like, it's just an amazing atmosphere. While I was in class, I was talking to one of the professors there, and I said, this is something that, I like it, but this is not my dream, public health and especially health science. My parents are Caribbean, so I've always wanted to make them proud. So that's why I went into the whole health field, but I've always wanted to be in entertainment. And when I sat in that class at Westchester University, and I told the professor that, she said, "You are getting good grades here. You sure you want to do this?" And I said, "I'm sure." She said, "You know what? Follow your dreams." And then I left Westchester University. That was one of the hardest decisions of my life, because not only did I love Westchester, not only was I getting good grades and I was learning a lot, but I had to go home and face my parents now and all my family and friends and let them know that, I'm leaving school, to chase this dream. And it was very tough, but I pulled through because this is something I want to do all my life. So I would like to let everyone know, like, whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, chase that dream. Even if, you may piss your parents off a little bit.
Okay. All right. Well, so how did they perceive that? Were they like, man, we did all this? Because I know that support is also really important. So talk to us about having those people that are going to be in your circle. Because I know you probably told this to some of your boys too, or told to, some.
Yes.
They're probably like, man, you crazy, or like, man, you won't make it. So like, talk about overcoming adversity.
At the end of the day, I had a goal, and I knew that I was going to accomplish that goal. It was tough, like, getting the support from my family, because, like I said, they're Caribbean. So they're based on certain principles, and, going to school, obtaining every degree is one of them. So for me to say that I'm dropping out, basically, it was tough. But I had my friends who supported me as well. I had my fraternity brothers who supported me. That was always there for me. So they also pushed me. My parents, I wouldn't say my parents just totally didn't support me. I think they were more scared. Like, okay, well, What is he going to do? So I understand where they were coming from. I always understood that. But I had to show them. And it took me years to show them. It wasn't until I got onto television when my mother was like, "Oh, wow, now I see what you were doing." And that took years. That took a lot of years. And, I'm still grateful at the end of the day.
So when you said it took years, because I think there's a misconception that our students think that as soon as they get out with this degree, they're going to blow up. They're going to be making six figures. They're going to be in this, high entry position where they're going to be running stuff. And we try to make sure that they understand that while those could be reasonable for some, it's not the platform for all.
Exactly. So it's definitely tough. And I feel like in whatever field that you're in, nothing happens overnight. And if it happens overnight, it won't last. That's something that I live by. So it took me, I left Westchester University in 2012. Yeah, 2012. And I didn't land my first lead role in BET till last year, 2019. So that took years. And, and I didn't start progressing on social media until like for real, like 2015, 2016. So it takes time. It's not something that happens overnight, but at the end of the day, you must stick it through. You must grind through it.
Okay. All right. Well, we got some questions from some students here. Our first one is from Rowan. So Rowan, go ahead, give us out your question.
Hi, how are you? My question was, what's the biggest lesson you learned in your career?
The biggest lesson I learned in my career is to never doubt myself. I've doubted myself several times, and I'm going to be honest with that. But it's like when you doubt yourself, you're placing negative thoughts in your head, and that can bring you down sometimes. So now I just fill my head with positivity, and I never doubt myself.
Very nice, very nice. So we're on the Facebook now. One of the questions are, out of all the celebrities that you've pranked,
right,
what has been the most fun experience in pranking?
The most fun experience in pranking the celebrities? That would be, I would say, I pranked Tory Lanez one time when I was seeing his bars, and then he was just like what was going on here? It's just the reaction from them, because it's one take with me, because you can't go to them and say, "Hey, can I prank you again?" You understand? So It's like I have to keep a certain passion. I have to sit there and I have to really be into it, because if I mess up our life, that's the end of the video. Right. So I think Tory Lanez is like one of my favorite celebrities that I pranked.
Okay. I also saw that you got to do what it looked like you were in the studio with Busta Rhymes.
Yes. So the Busta Rhymes one, that one right there was an actual skit, and that was the first one I did. So that's what gave me the idea of what if I did this? What if I pranked rappers?
Yeah.
So it was like once I started doing that, it just took off. But Busta Rhymes, me and Busta Rhymes, we're very close. The first time I actually met Busta Rhymes, he approached me. He said, "I'm a huge fan of what you do."
Oh, wow.
So I say that to say this: you never know who's watching. It's not about how many followers you have. It's not about how many comments, how many likes you get. There is always someone watching. So never discourage yourself. Always put that content out there. Always push yourself to do better.
Awesome, awesome. We got a question here from Nico. Nico, go ahead and jump on.
Hey, so I have a question. Has anyone had any negative reaction to your pranks?
Yes. They have, some people have negative reactions. It's as far as celebrities, not so much negative where it becomes physical, but maybe like verbal. But it's not that bad because I know how to handle myself at the end of the day. And if I'm putting myself in that position, I must be able to get myself out of that position as well. But it hasn't been anything physical, no.
Okay. So with the whole like, oh, put it on my tab or like put it on his tab, like no one's ever been like, yo.
I mean, they
like, do they see the camera?
Because you have to think about it. Like, if I'm standing right next to you, right, and I'm just ordering a whole bunch of drinks, and I'm like, put it on his tab. Say if your tab is actually open and they actually put it on your tab, you're gonna react in like a negative manner, but it never gets to anything that's physical. People may like spaz out a little bit, but they quickly realize that it's a joke after. So.
Got it.
But that's one of my favorites right there. Put it on his tab.
Yeah. Oh no, I like that. Let me give me a like.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then leave the heart there.
Yeah, I carry my likes wherever I go. And see, this is the thing. These pranks that you see are things that I would do without recording myself. Like it literally took one of my fraternity brothers to say, you need to start putting this on the internet. So this is me that you would get on a regular basis. But the thing with me is I know how to separate the two. So I know when it's time to be serious and I know when it's time for fun. So that's how I go about things. But yeah, definitely put on his tab. Can I buy you a drink? I like that. Those are some of my favorites.
They're hilarious.
Yeah. Appreciate that.
I was going to ask, like, what is your favorite thing to do? Because obviously you've done some TV. You were on Vine back, RIP Vine, and you still do some like things on Instagram. So like, what's your favorite aspect of like what you get to do in your career? I
would say all. Because there are so many pranks. Do you see how he just brought up like, can I buy you a drink or put it on his tab? It's just that it's so many things that people know me for, and sometimes it reminds me because like I put out so much content that when someone brings something up, I'm like, oh, you're really watching it. It makes me appreciate it even more. So I would say everything that I do.
I love that. And do you have like a personal highlight or two of like something that's your favorite that you've done?
I would say my favorite video that I've done is the one where I screamed at McDonald's because that's what started off my social media career.
I love that. Thank you.
Thank
so
you.
Rowan, I think, has another question. Go ahead, Rowan.
Oh, Rowan, you gotta mute yourself, buddy.
Hi. So when you used to create the skits, what like went into like creating each skit? Like, how did you go through the process and everything?
As far as creating a skit or a prank?
But like either, like how you plan for it?
So as far as a prank, I don't really plan for it. I would have to be in that atmosphere. So say like if I'm at a party, I'm at a bar, I'm at an event, it just comes to me. I'm like, wow, I probably can do this here. And then I just do it. When I'm at these events, I'm probably doing like 3 skits at one time. I just put them together in a compilation. 3 pranks at one time, I should say. As far as a skit, I can be somewhere in any type of atmosphere and I can ask my friend, hey, do you want to be a part of this skit? An actual skit, not a prank. And I will come up with a skit right on spot. That's just how that's how I am. I just come up with things right on cue. If I do, but there have been skits that I've written down and I've executed them after.
Right. So we're gonna take a pause here real quick. Trav, definitely yell out some of your social media handles for everybody who's watching, so that if they don't know about these skits, they can follow them and they can see them. What are some of your social media handles?
So all my social media, this is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, RIP Vine, if you want to go back and check out the old Vines. YouTube is Travque, TRAVQUE. And my website is www.travque.com. Also, check out Swag Inc. on BT right now.
Yes, absolutely. So we have some things that are in post-production and things that you've completed. I want to also be able to talk about that as well.
Okay.
So you got the Ron Bodega, the New York City, the movie, and you got Still Here, which is in the post-production. So talk to me about these things, because these look like they're going to be really cool. And there's some things that people can look forward to and seeing you in.
Okay. Some of these films, I don't even know when they're being released because of the quarantine now, because some of them were supposed to come out this year. But as far as the Ron Bodega, that's actually out now. Well, New York City movie they didn't release that. The Ron Bodega that's out now. It was a film that I did with Mark John Jeffries. That was like 20 2015. So actually one of my fraternity brothers was actually the producer on that film. So he just called me up and I auditioned and I got the role. But every film that I've done, I've learned something from it, and I've never taken anything for granted, and I just appreciate it, like the people around me. Like, you know, it's more about the acting, but it's more about connecting with the people around you. Because think about when you get on set now, I treat everyone with the same respect. I'm talking to the cameraman, the sound guy, the director, the producer. Everyone gets treated with the same respect, because it's like when you get a feel from all these people and the energy bounces off, everything is correct. So I would just know, if anyone works like in film, or if they want to be an actor, treat everyone with the same respect. Just put out good and positive energy, and that energy will come back, and it will show in your acting as well.
Okay. We got a question from Facebook. They want to know, how many hours in a day would you say that you're working or hustling to get these things off the ground?
That's a great question. I would say when it comes to like a thought process as well, like I give it about 12 hours. That's just with thinking and, you know, editing and, you know, connecting with people. I give it 12 hours because, you know, we need time to sleep. We have 24 hours in a day and 8 hours for sleep, of course. But, you know, yeah, about 12 hours, probably more than that as well. But if I would give like, you know, a more political answer, I would say all 24 hours because I'm thinking about it in my sleep as well.
Got it. Another question that we have is, does location play a part? So I guess I'm assuming with the student, and I'm making a very strong assumption, is that the student lives in PA. There might not be a lot of projects in PA. Do you have to move to LA? Do you have to move to Atlanta? Do you have to move to New York to be able to do some of the things that you're doing?
So you will want to be where everyone is at, but who's to say that you can't create your own lane in Pennsylvania? You can get your own camera, you can write your own scripts, and you can create your own movies to the point where people from New York or LA will see it and work with you. And this is why I tell people all the time, don't ever get discouraged because you think someone is not watching. If you're putting out good content, there is always someone watching. If one person is watching, that means two people are watching, because all someone has to do is, hey, look at this. You understand what I'm saying? Some people tell me all the time, yeah, you need to move to LA. But right now, it's cool because I will go to LA for a few months just to network. But moving out there, I'm not sure yet. I'm not saying.
Where are you currently located?
I'm in New York.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's New York, LA. But some people tell me all the time, you need to go to LA. You need to be in LA right now, LA. But I'm making it happen in New York. Eventually, I'll probably make a move to LA, or I'll stay out there for a few months. But if you can make something happen where you're at and then venture off, start with that first. Because I know a lot of people who just move out to different cities thinking it's going to happen overnight. It's not, you know, it's really not.
Right. Another question we have is, who is someone that you want to do a prank on but have not yet, or someone you want to work with?
See, I'm not going to say that because I never know who's watching. You see, you never know who's tuned in.
Right. Well, do you have someone that you would like to work with? Like, let's say it was a movie. Maybe it wasn't a prank. Is there anybody?
Someone I'd like to work with on a movie. There are a few people actually. Martin Lawrence, Jamie Foxx, Will Smith, Denzel Washington. I would like to work with Leonardo DiCaprio because that's one of my favorite actors as well. And there's just so many people. I like to work with Drake. It's just so many people that I would like to work with.
Okay. All right. Travque, everybody. We have him here. We only have him for a few more minutes. Thank you so much for giving us of your time. So if you have any last minute questions, post them in the chat. So Trav, like, what goes into, I guess, like an audition? Is there like a website that you like let's say for some of our aspiring actors and actresses, is there like agencies that represent? Do you just represent yourself? Do you sign up to go do auditions? Like, how does that work out?
I am honestly happy that you asked me that question because now I want to tell the story how I even got the movie or the role with BET. So I got invited to a Viacom BET event, which was a screening for a movie. So I met a producer there who's Marcus Houston. You know you know who Marcus Houston is. He was on Sister.
He was on everything. He was on
exactly.
Immature.
So, You Got Served. Everything.
All of it.
So I met him and I was actually about to walk out the room. My best friend and my manager was like, you need to talk to him and tell him. At the time, I kind of doubted myself. And I said, he's probably going to look at me as just another Instagram comedian, quote unquote, or social influencer, although I had everything that you may have needed for an actor. So I was walking out and my best friend pulled me and said, no, talk to him right now. So I said, how you doing? My name is Travque. I'm an actor. I have everything you may need, a headshot, a reel, and a resume. That is very important for all my actors and actresses. You need a headshot, a reel, and a resume. So he said, send that over to me. I went home. As soon as I got home, I sent it over. He reached out to me about a month or two after, DM me via Instagram and said, we have a role that we want you to audition for. So I said, okay. I sent in my self-tape. He got back to me like a day or two after and said, you got the role. Now, I say that to say this, never doubt yourself, because I didn't have any agents at the time. I didn't have anyone I was going through. Now, you know, I'm able to develop those things, you know, network with those people or have an agent and whatnot. But before, I didn't really have anything. You know, I just went out there willpower. Yeah. If you want to go into getting an agent, you can. But never forget that you yourself is powerful as well. You are powerful. Trust and believe that. And never doubt yourself.
How do you handle disappointment? Because, like, there are plenty of people for plenty of roles. I'm sure there was stuff that you probably thought, like, this is a given, I got this, or, you know, based on what people were telling you, not because you personally felt that, but, you know, how do you handle that? Because some people are scared of rejection. I mean, you said that as well, like you were really down your stuff, but how do you deal with that?
Knowing where I started and knowing where I'm at now, I used to handle rejection. I wouldn't say really bad, but I used to really I used to like really beat myself up whenever I got rejected or whenever someone told me no, whatever the case is, when it came to an opportunity for entertainment. But then I quickly realized and I understand, like, this is not going to happen overnight. These are losses that you must take. You have to go through your life, whatever field you're in, and you have to take losses, because those losses turn to lessons. So I took those losses and I turned them to lessons, and I knew what to do in the future. And then again, I never doubted myself, and I understood that doors will close in your face. That's just what it is. But at the end of the day, you can create your own opportunity. You can build your own house and open doors for your own opportunity. You understand? So never doubt yourself. We all take losses throughout our life. It happens. We don't live in a euphoric world, you know? So that's what it is.
Absolutely. For those just tuning in, we're here with Travque. Trav, give us your social media handles one more time.
Travque, that's TRAVQUE, all my social media, and www.travque.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hold on. I think we got a question just popped in. Bang. We got one more. Nico, go ahead and ask your question. Go ahead. Oh, no. Oh, wait. He getting up now. He moving.
Oh, sorry. I just had to move because someone was talking in the room. So, Trav, quick question. So, with your name, like, I know you were a Q and you rep it in your name. Is that an important identity for you, as in, like, making connections, keeping connected with students that are in a fraternity or with your past line brothers?
Well, as far as the name Travque, how that even came about, yes, I'm a Q. I'm a part of the Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated Beta chapter over at Lincoln University. So there were like 3 to 4 Travises on campus at the time, and people would get us confused. So they identify me as Trav the Q. And you know, the Baltimore accent or even some accent, it sounds like Travque. So it just came about Travque. But you know what's crazy? A lot of people don't even know that I'm a Q, and, like, you know, when I first meet them, they get it after the fact, like, oh, that's why your name is Travque. So I love my fraternity, but I don't let that, you know, like be the only aspect of my life. I introduce myself as Travque. I don't introduce myself as Travque, the member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. You understand what I'm saying? You have to let yourself introduce yourself, if that makes sense. But I do love my fraternity, and I love my fraternity brothers. But I have made some connections through fraternity, but, you know, like I said, I introduced myself first before anything else.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Trav, what we've been doing is we've been allowing our speakers to have the final say. So you can give us your meaning to life or your advice that you want to leave with the students, anything that you want, but you are going to absolutely have the last word. So go ahead, let us know what it is. Drop them gems on us. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, this is Travque. I live by the motto, stay humble, stay working. People ask me why I live by this motto, because when you stay humble, you attract the right energy, and you're able to get interviews like this, which I'm very thankful for, and you can't lose working. Never let anyone tell you what you can and you can't do, and you will always prosper. And never doubt yourself. Stay humble, stay working.
All right, y'all. Travque, thank you so much for joining us today. Trav,
Thank
you can stay on the line.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
We can tell you who these other speakers are. And Trav, if you want to be on any of these calls, please let us know. We will definitely throw you on any of these calls. But for those who are watching right now, this afternoon, we got Jay Harris from ESPN at 5 o'clock. We got Elijah Connor tomorrow. He's known for the infamous Diddy stare, but he's going to drop some tunes on y'all tomorrow. We got Vince Papale, Philadelphia Eagles. Brian Dawkins, Hall of Fame, Philadelphia Eagles. We got, I'll let Leah take the rest of these. Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, Jordan Buhat, known from Grownish. Walter E. Jones, the original Black Power Ranger. Francia Raisa, she's also from Grownish and a whole bunch of other stuff. And Marquay Richardson from Dear White People.
So please
Classic name.
join us on any of these shows, and we look forward to seeing y'all tomorrow, everybody.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.